What's up, diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, returning once more to bring you all a very special NASCAR diecast review on Bubba Wallace's 2024 U.S. Air Force Toyota Camry for 2311 Racing. And if you guys are wondering how I was able to pick this diecast up, I recommend you guys checking out my latest NASCAR diecast haul, because heck, I was able to get some good stuff at the Daytona flea market, even though I didn't win to the Daytona 500 this year. But heck, how to get this beauty, because there's definitely a lot of cool features on this car, and I do love the boxes as well. And by the way, this is the first 2024 Toyota Camry I'm actually reviewing, so if you guys are just as excited as I am, just like these diecasts produced by Extra Racing Collectibles and Lionel Racing, stay tuned because we are in for one hell of a treat. But anyways, let's start off the diecast review and the official unboxing of Bubba Wallace's U.S. Air Force car from 2024. And already, folks, we got this diecast out of its box, and man, what can I say? If you guys really love matte finish diecast, this one is going to be one hell of a treat to showcase you guys right now, as I believe this is also the first time I'm actually showcasing you guys in the palm of my hands the, well, not so new anymore, 2024 Toyota Camry mold from Lionel Racing. And judging by the first looks of this, I will have to say it's definitely unique. Is it my favorite mold from the Toyota Camrys? Probably not. I still kind of like that aggressive look that we had from 2017 all the way until 2023. But you know, heck, they got to follow what the manufacturers have on their base model cars now. So heck, and shout out to anybody who is a big fan of Toyota Camrys, as you're looking at one right now who owns a 2014 Toyota Camry. So I don't know, maybe I could change my car out into, I don't know, maybe into like a Carl Edwards car or something like that. But anyways, getting back to this really cool diecast, we got the U.S. Air Force car from 2311 Racing, and this is a very unique car that I think actually, since I'm recording this video right now during the Phoenix race for this year, he's actually driving the U.S. Air Force car, but it's a lot more simpler. He debuted this scheme at the 2024 Phoenix race, the spring race more importantly, and I think he also ran like two other variations of this U.S. Air Force car. I think he ran like a Dover variant, which is kind of like the Warthog scheme, if you guys remember that from like his 2020 or 2021 schemes from like a few years ago, or you know, back when he drove for, you know, the Richard Petty 43 car. But I'm glad to see the Air Force decided to go back to now with Bubba Wallace instead of re-signing with Eric Jones, because we've had, I don't think I have reviewed the Eric Jones 2023 model before, but don't worry, we will be getting on to a very interesting side-by-side comparison in a second, as we get these nice little gunmetal rims and a very clean looking scheme that we got for the BW driver himself, Bubba Wallace. You can see a lot of other sponsors are quite familiar. Now getting onto the front side of this, I will have to say it does look pretty nice with those nice little hood levers, or as I like to call them, the fish gills. I really like how the paint scheme is laid out. You got this like this nice bright vibrant blue, which, you know, when you think of Air Force, you think of blue, and I like how the black is shown where the logo is. Just some nice contrast to it, and we should probably be very thankful that we got an Air Force car, because looking at the Air Force car from now to this year, boy, it's a big downgrade. And you could thank Denny Hamlin for downgrading the paint schemes, because he wants to go with a more simpler look. I mean, I get that, but still, I mean, the only way you're able to get this diecast, guys, you can't get it in NASCAR Authentics or Winter Circles, because they have an exclusive license for the Gold Series, because, well, 2311, I guess Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, they think that releasing their diecast out in the retailers lowers their brand quality, I guess, and I think that's pretty unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. But luckily I was able to pick this from my good buddies at Mead Motorsports. But judging on this, what do you guys think down below about this Toyota Camry mold? Do you guys like this as well? As my camera's doing the nice little flickering mode right now. But hey, I guess this car, I guess you could say, is quite good after all. But if you look pretty closely, as I'm going to show you guys a nice little photo of this, it's just me or just this Toyota Camry logo, or the Camry branding right here. It's a little, it's kind of rubbing into that front grille a little bit. I think it's supposed to be a little more like centered, so people with OCD, I'm sure you're going to be pretty upset. I'm not too upset with that, but I mean, keep in mind, with these new molds, they're always a work in progress, so I mean, I'm not going to criticize Lionel too much of that. But overall, these Toyota Camry molds do look pretty nice. You see the nice little like squarish design that we got right here on the bottom, which does help with the arrow. And see the Toyota branding, 23, really fantastic stuff. And you see the little star badge right there for the Air Force. Like I said, such a simple scheme, and if you guys like matte finishes, this one, even though my camera is doing its usual overexposure, but hey, anything to get good lighting, right? And I like how they had the instead of the TRD logo on the rocker panels or the side skirts. I mean, whatever you guys want to call them. Oh no, there's a McDonald's logo. This car has to be mounted on a base though, right? Man, that's so stupid. We got the McDonald's cars on bases because, if you guys aren't aware, McDonald's considers these cars as choking hazards. So yay, what a great time that we live in. But I see some other familiar sponsors, which I think we're going to go ahead and do the nice little zoom game. So come along with me as we do a nice little good zoom. Dr. Pepper's still with us on this car and many other cool sponsors. But what I actually said earlier is that Mobile One, all the Toyota Camry diecasts, from what I remember, Mobile One actually is on these rocker panels instead of the TRD branding. So I think it's pretty cool. You see Lidios and Columbia. And they see no sponsors on the back right here. And then we got the Toyota Camry branding. And we do got some paint chips as well. So, you know, $9 quality right there. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate. Really wish I could have inspected these cars before, you know, maybe next time I will take them out of the package. But yeah, look at that decal wrapping, man. Look at that. Almost looks like a sticker. Man, if you guys can count how many blue paint chips we got on this car, oh Lord, I might have to turn this into a rant review. But, you know, I'm a big sucker for military-based paint schemes, as yeah, this is just a solid looking paint scheme, guys. Out of all the Bubba Wallace diecasts I was planning on to get, I think that this one I had to get because, like I said, I'm a military brat, and you know, I love military cars. I mean, I have reviewed other Air Force cars before, which, by the way, that might give you guys a nice little hint of what the side-by-side comparison is, which it is actually not a NASCAR, but it's more of an Indy car that's actually I'm going to be doing a comparison on, which I know is pretty random, but I have a good explanation of why I'm doing a side-by-side comparison, because not only I'm an IndyCar fan, I'm a NASCAR fan as well. But if you guys remember Connor Daly's 2021 US Air Force scheme, the colors look pretty similar. I mean, I understand that, you know, one is made by Granite Collectibles and the other one's made by Lionel Racing. And of course, I praise Granite Collectibles because you get metal chassis, rubber tires, and a really cool looking livery. That's what they call them in IndyCar. But yeah, just such a cool looking side-by-side comparison. You guys know me, I love comparing or having the matching die cast to go along with Indy cars and NASCARs. So, I mean, heck, I do it with my Target cars, I do it with all the other ones I showed, even the PBG review, which if you guys haven't tuned into that, I recommend you guys checking out, and all my other die cast reviews, because heck, we are in for one hell of a treat for today. And this is a cool scheme, and it's unfortunate that, you know, the scheme is more of a downgrade. It's mostly all gray. I love the blue accents, and I just love how all the logos are just the logos are just placed so well together with the sponsors, and especially how the paint scheme is laid out. Just, you can really read all the logos. I mean, isn't that the whole point of a paint scheme, right? But of course, it seems like I'm comparing apples to oranges, but this is definitely a cool die cast to get if you want to match with your Connor Daly car. And good luck trying to find, or I guess you could say you can aim high into finding these die casts. But I think maybe Gutswear could hook you guys up with these. But yeah, I mean, I just love doing these side-by-side comparisons, man. They are so fun, and they just really just show you guys the fine details of different die casts that we have out in the market. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this very special NASCAR die cast review on Bubba Wallace's 2024 US Air Force Toyota Camry for 2311 Racing in the number 23 car. Comment, like, subscribe, and this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and I guess we're going to fly away into the next Diecast review.